Okay,
Oh,
we're recording. We're live. We made it.
hi.
Hey, what's up? I'm Audra Paints Hair, and I am here today with Bridget. Who are you on social media, Bridget?
Hi. Hi, I'm Bridget Hair Design. Yes. Bridget Hair
Bridget.
Design on TikTok and Instagram.
Okay, awesome. I'm Audra Paints Hair on TikTok and Instagram. My Facebook got
Nice.
hacked, so don't follow me on there because 5 people in 5 people in Vietnam are running my Facebook for hair, but it's okay. I'm a
What?
guest now. I'm a guest now. I hope they put good content out there.
Oh my gosh, I just kind of started my Facebook too after like years of not having one.
You did? Why'd you decide to do
Yeah.
it?
Well, because everybody keeps talking about how it's a great place to find clients. Like if you join the
Yeah.
groups,
Group.
groups, like I'm not a mom, but I joined like a ton of mom groups.
Yeah. Those
And
groups
every
are
now
always
and then they'll like post something about like, I'm looking for a hairstylist. So I'll just like get in there and share that, oh, I do hair. I actually got a client from it
from
last
Facebook,
week.
from a group.
I think
Uh,
so. She was like, I don't really remember how I found you, but I think it was Facebook. So I'm going to
like,
take
hey,
that as it's working and I'll just keep doing
wait,
it. But
pause because your camera is. Are you blurry? Do you see yourself as blurry or no?
no,
Okay,
it
on
might be
my
the
end.
internet. You've been freezing a little bit though. So I don't know
You
if
do.
it's
So
like
I think
the
it's just our connection.
connection.
Yeah, it's just probably
I
Wi-Fi.
hope this records.
No, it's recording. It's recording.
Okay.
It's just
I always
yeah. I was
heard
just like,
I heard that like if the Wi-Fi drops out, it could stop the recording. I don't know. We'll find out.
not. I better not lose Wi-Fi. As much as I've dealt with it in here with the construction, I'm like,
Oh, has that
uh,
happened to you?
they're widening our roads. Yeah, they're widening our roads here. So I came to work
Mm.
like last week, I think in the beginning, and I had no internet, and I was like, "What's going on here?"
Oh
So
my
I
God.
called the internet company. They took down the pole my internet was on and forgot to move my internet to the other pole that they put up. So I was
Oh,
like,
great.
because I was the first
Great.
person to have it in my area, like the new internet that came through.
Hmm.
So they had to put in a whole line for me in the intersection down the road. So I'm like, I was like, well, I still need it. Like, let Walgreens know you're going to be using their pole again. Uh,
I love construction.
Me too. It's great. But the growth is
Yeah.
good. To be honest, business is growing substantially because we live in an up and coming area. So it is
Yeah.
booming right now. Like it's huge. We are getting so many people moving here. It's insane.
Oh, that's
So
great for business.
yeah, it's
That's
really good.
awesome.
Yeah, that's why I was
Yeah.
telling Derek yesterday. I was like, he launched the AI like 3 months ago or something like that, and it's insane. Like we turned away in June 35% of business because we didn't have anybody to take new clients. And so I was like,
Mm.
that's a lot of
And now
business.
you
Like
do.
I
Now
know.
you
Well,
do.
hopefully, we'll see.
That's
We'll see.
exciting.
We'll see. We'll see if she comes.
Okay,
It's all
yeah.
whoever's supposed to be. The universe is gonna bring whoever is supposed to be here.
That's true. I
I
totally believe in that.
Me too. I said I was gonna build it good, not fast. That was my intention, was to build it
Oh, I
good.
like that. Good,
Yeah, I was
not
like
fast.
yeah, I was like, when I open a salon, I'm gonna build it good. I may not be fast, but it's gonna be particular and
Yeah.
well done. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
not on this
Things,
mission to fail.
good things take time. That's for
That's
sure.
it. Yeah,
Lots
that's
of
right.
pivots and like redirection and
Right. Well, it's a pivot. You know what I mean? If you don't like something, change
yeah.
it. It's yours. It's your
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
You can change whatever you
True.
want in your business, even if people don't like it, because it's your business.
I
You
know.
know, people are
I've
so
had
upset I went
many
to AI.
moments of that, girl.
Me
So many
too.
pivots.
So many. Where'd you go? Did you go to
Hmm.
beauty school in Huntington Beach or where'd you go?
Yeah, so I went to Golden West College. It's a community college out here.
Okay.
And yeah, God, that was back in 2008. I graduated during the recession. So I came out of beauty school just like not being able to find a job for, I think it took me 6 months. But
Wow.
yeah, I know it was
Jeez.
hard. But yeah,
Jeez.
it's funny because now I actually work at a salon right across the street from where I went to school.
Oh, weird. You're like,
I
"Hello
know.
again."
I know. But it's been
Right.
a cool opportunity too, because I've gotten to go over there and speak to the students that are now going through the program. So it's kind of
I
like
love
full
that.
circle moment. It's awesome.
That is cool because the beauty school here, I think they don't really let you go in and teach unless you went to school there. They kind of keep it with whoever went to school there. And so then my daughter went to school there for aesthetics. And so that kind of is how I got my foot in the door to be able to go to the beauty school and teach a class was everyone was like, "How'd you get in there? How'd you get there?" And I'm like, "I just reached out and asked." But because I
Yeah.
became friends and we're always hyping the beauty school because my daughter went there. So, you know,
Yeah.
the
Yeah. I
community.
feel like it's
So
totally community. Yeah.
it
Like
is.
you got the opportunity because you created it, but you picked them because you
Right.
had a relationship with them.
That's it.
That's so
Before that,
cool.
I would have said, like, I don't know. I feel like they overhype the girls and they don't come out knowing that much. And I don't know. But then after
Mhm.
I went there to, get services while my daughter was there, I kind of was like looking around and I was like, you know what? These people actually do care about the people here so much. And it is true. It's what you make of it. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
you're not going to put in your 100% effort, you're not going to become an esthetician or a hairstylist, You got to
Mhm.
at the end of the day, it's you putting in the work.
That's
You
true.
know?
That's
I think that's the
true.
problem. Like, have you noticed a major shift since 2020 in the industry? Just
Yeah, but
society in general, I feel like has changed, but I'm
yeah.
like, you still have to put in the work. You still have to work the weekends. You still have to work some nights,
Mhm.
sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you have to, you know? They don't
Yeah,
I
I
feel
think a
this
big misconception with the new people coming in is that they're going to just be able to get clients like from social media
yeah.
and without having any other kind of experience but just beauty school. And I agree with you. I feel like they still need to put in the time and
Right.
work those shifts that are not the
That
best,
desirable. Well,
and
I mean, you work when other people aren't working, you know?
exactly, you need to make yourself available so that
Right.
people have the most opportunities to come sit in your chair. And that's how
Right.
you build. But I do think it's really cool that social media is a huge tool now. We didn't have
Oh,
that.
no. Are you
We had
kidding
to
me? When I
sit in the
graduated
salon and like wait for people to walk through the
right.
door and
I
like
would be out in
hope.
the mall parking lot handing out little baggies with a card and, like, a comb in there. Like, "Here, you"
Yes.
and I mean, it's kinda dead obvious you don't have clients if you're not at work and you're out there handing out combs.
I know. Dude, I put an ad in the paper. Did you ever do that?
But I should've.
It didn't
'Cause
really
I
work, but I there was like a picture of me and I was just like,
like,
"Oh my
"Here
god,
I
what
am,
am I doing?" Yeah, or like
like, I'm waiting for
Groupon
you."
was big. Yeah. Like all of it. I've
Yeah.
done all of it, girl, let me tell you.
See, when I finished beauty school in 2006, and then but I lived in the high desert, and it was not booming like it is now. There wasn't as many people there, so
Yeah.
you're like, "Well, everybody already seems to have a hairstylist," you
Yeah. Oh
know?
my gosh, that's tricky. So what did you do? You just like
So I
stood on the
got
corner?
actually really lucky because a girl ended up leaving, and, I ended up with almost all of her clients in the beginning.
Oh, that's
So
ideal. Oh my
yeah, it
gosh.
was, but I wasn't good at hair, so I started out just not that good. I wasn't very confident. Like, it's
I don't
hard.
think
Like, you
anybody is.
no, and I was in my 20s, and, like, the idea of holding a discussion with a 50-year-old person when you're 20 is a lot different than being a lot more grown and seasoned, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Did it take you a long time to learn how to like connect with people? Because it
Yeah,
took
it
me a long
did.
time.
It did, because I used to
Yeah.
think to myself, "I wish this was just like a dry cleaning service where you could just drop off your head and then come back and get it later."
You're like, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to
I
you.
don't really wanna talk, I
Just
just wanna
leave
do the hair.
it.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
I
then I
was
moved to
so
Santa Barbara.
shy. Oh,
You
then you
were?
moved to Santa Barbara? Yeah.
Yeah, after that, I moved to Santa Barbara, and then I opened I started working the first day the salon was open there. So, it was weird because everybody was new.
Oh, that's
Not
cool.
not new to hair, just new to the salon, so it felt kinda
Yeah.
like, you know, it was easier.
You're
And
kind of
then we
all
had a
in the
boutique
same
next door.
boat.
Yeah, they had a boutique next door, and they would host fashion shows with the salon, and so we got clients. It was a good place, you know?
That's
But
cool.
then I moved again.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
I know I've had to
Yeah.
build a clientele 3 times.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's way easier now.
Because of social media, or have
Yeah.
you tapped into something else?
Well, social media and Google. When I was like, an
Mm.
independent stylist without a salon, I built my own website and got myself ranked on Google so that I could climb the ladder by myself.
Oh
Because
my
I was
God, you
working
and I have so much in common. I did
it's
the
hard.
same thing. Ugh, I know,
Yeah,
it's
I mean, it's
hard.
really hard. You gotta do it for yourself because everyone's like, "Well, you're a booth renter, so you're your own business." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, but if you're the salon owner, I kind of feel like your hat is you market the salon. You don't market the girls necessarily, but that's where I think salon owners fall short
Mhm.
is like I wear 2 hats. I wear the stylist hat where I'm doing the stylist work, but then I wear the salon hat where I just market the business. You know what I mean? Even if I didn't do hair, then if I didn't do hair at all, then the business would still be my salon and I would still have to market it. But I feel like
Yeah.
owners never do that. They never think like that.
Sometimes they do, but I think you're right. I haven't noticed that in a long
Long time.
time.
No, they don't.
Yeah. Because
They're
it
like,
seems
"You're
like every stylist is like just so individual now. Everybody's got their own thing going
yeah.
on. And I don't know about you, but where I live, there are not a lot of commission salons or corporate salons anymore.
No, there's a couple
So,
of commission salons here, but in California, the is the only state that the law is you have to pay double the minimum wage plus commission if you have a
yeah, so
commission
it doesn't
salon.
make sense for
No,
salon
and that's the
owners
only
to do
state.
that.
All the
Isn't
rest of the
that
states are
weird?
just yeah. Yeah, it's really weird.
So we're all like having to be, in control of ourselves, and the salon owners have their own thing to deal with.
Right.
They don't want to be looking out for their booth
I
renters.
know.
So
And I
I
get
know
it. I mean,
it's
I don't but like I
sad,
said,
but
I don't hype my booth runners so much. Like, I mean, I do on the page and everything, but I mostly hype the salon. I'm like, when I'm in groups, if I don't need clients, I'm like, "Hey, come to our salon, come to our salon." You know?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
ownership of me.
Yeah, I worked for a salon a few years ago that I managed, and so I felt this like sense of responsibility for the salon itself and the girls in it, and then also my business. And so the owner and I were like pretty connected on that, where we were actually trying to actively get clients to the salon to go to the girls.
Right.
And that felt more like a team, even though we were all booth
Right.
runners.
Which I like
But
that
yeah,
feeling. I like feeling like a team.
I
You
like
know?
it. It's a good feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't expect
It's
anybody
nice
to
to feel like somebody
anyway.
has your back.
Right. Well, people notice the difference in a salon. Like if you still navigate inside the salon like a team, people like to see that, I think. They don't want to see everybody just independent and just not really talking or connecting.
Yeah. Yeah, they wanna walk into a salon and feel that the vibe is, like, friendly and
Yeah,
positive. Yeah,
exactly.
definitely. So tell
Yeah.
me, I'm so curious, how did you start doing hair?
Well, I always knew I was going to be a hairstylist. When I was in the 5th grade, I actually found a paper when I was moving my dad that I wrote that said that my invention would be a way for hairstylists to travel with tools.
Oh, I love it.
I always knew. I used to have do you remember this store called Clothes Time?
No,
It was a store a long time ago, like, in California, and the girls had these big, huge shopping bags on the commercial, and so I had a huge bag, and I had like my grandma's little Mary Kay samples and Avon samples and like foldable blow dryer that was yellow. I
Oh
had
my
like
God.
perfumes and soaps and everything you could think of, and my family would call it my clothesline bag, like her clothesline bag. And
That's
so
so cute. How old were
yeah, I've always
you?
been into this. Probably like 6 or 7. Like I've always
Oh,
been into hair, always. My cousins and I always had really long hair, and we would braid each other's hair, and yeah, I don't know. I just always knew I was into it. I tried to go to beauty school 2 times, and I couldn't get funding.
oh,
So right. So then the
yeah.
3rd time I finally was able to get in and go. But I wanted to go to beauty school as soon as I got out of school, but I just couldn't get funding. So I
Oh,
was like, all right.
wow.
So I went for
So
graphic
how
design
long did
instead.
that take until you were like, all right,
I
I
was
can go now?
23 when I finally went to beauty school. But I went to school at Brooks College in Long Beach for
Oh,
um, graphic design before that.
nice. Oh my
I already
gosh.
I
Wow.
wanted art, you know what I mean? Well, I thought I was like, well, maybe I could do movie set designing. I was like, I want to design movie sets, and I was like, I'm gonna go for interior design. And then they were like, well, graphic design is up and coming. You should do that. So I was like, okay, where do I sign? And then
Oh
guess
my
what?
gosh.
I'm not a graphic designer.
Well, you
What
you
about
have the
you?
design element to you.
Well,
Like it's
yeah.
in your head. Yeah, you got to do that marketing on social media. There you go.
Right. Well, and I do pottery, so I had my own business and I would draw all my own stuff and create all my own designs on there. So I felt like it's useful.
That's awesome. I went to one of the classes I took in community college before I did um, cosmetology school was interior design
Oh,
too.
that's
Because I
funny.
was like, yeah, I know. I was like trying to feel it out. Like I knew it
Right.
was going to be something artistic and
Right.
jumping from one thing to the other. And then interior design was one of those things. And then I
Were you
ultimately
always
was like,
artsy or did you ever play sports or
always.
no?
I played sports. I grew up playing all of the sports basically. And then I stuck with tennis the longest. And I played tennis in college because I went to Santa Barbara for college as well.
Oh yeah.
Or I was in Santa Barbara. And that's where I met this girl on my tennis team who was also in my interior design class, who was a hairstylist.
Oh,
And
weird.
she's like, "Oh, I went right out of high school." And I was like, "Oh, you can do that? You can
Oh yeah.
go to what?" So she put the idea in my head that like I could go to hair school because I just wasn't finding anything that I liked in college. I
Uh-uh.
just could not figure it out. And I
Right.
was always artistic and, so anyway, that's how I decided to drop out of college and go to beauty school.
Beauty school. Right. Like a college dropout, not a beauty school dropout.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's so funny. I was like talking to the students the other day and I was like, you don't have to go to college. Like I feel
Trade
bad
schools are
saying that,
yours.
but
I tell my kids that though.
trade school is good. Trade school is
Yeah.
great.
Yep.
But
Trade school means you
I
walk out
am
making money.
grateful. Yeah, yeah, I am grateful. And that's the thing. I was like, I need to make money because I'm wasting all this
Money.
time like failing in all of these college classes. So like how can I make money now doing something that I enjoy? And then
Right.
maybe I'll go back to college later and like figure out my real career,
A real job.
right?
Right.
That's what they
That's what I tell people
always
every
used to
day.
say.
I tell people
But
all the
then
time,
it
I'm like,
just
this is better than a real job.
yeah, I'm like, oh wait, this is a real like I love this. This is what I was meant to do. So it was just kind of serendipitous and strange how I like the journeys like this, like
Yeah, it's
how
really
I
weird.
became
And then when I was
yeah.
in beauty school, the high school students were going. I guess the high school senior year they could go. So I was like older than all. I was young, but I was still older than all the girls. I was like, this is so weird. I'm like a mom to these people.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
20-year-old mom. Yeah, it was so wild.
Yeah.
But
Awesome.
were you guys pivot point or no?
We were pivot point, yeah.
Us
Couldn't
too.
really tell you what that means now, though. I mean, it's been so
I know it
long.
has to do with the techniques. Like they have their own techniques.
Yeah, I think it's like the method,
Yeah, the
but
method. But I like it because it's a lot of sectioning. I don't know. It's a good pivot point is really good compared to a lot of the other programs they have.
I kept all my books from school and I have them in a box somewhere. I
Never
should
looked
dig
at them
those
again,
out.
me either.
I should dig those out and take a peek.
Right, just make sure
Yeah.
I'm doing it right.
So when did you decide that you wanted to go into education?
Well, probably in 2019. But
Okay.
I taught my very first class on the old Plex users page. I did it hand-tied extensions in 2020 when we were shut down because I was bored. I was like, I need something to do. I used the time when we were shut down to launch. Like it was so weird. Like Fallout Boy describes it best. There's a song during that they wrote about 2020, and he's like, I didn't know that I was gonna be pulling myself back was gonna be the way I launched, and that's me. Like I was like,
Oh, yeah.
whoa. You know, some people it was either make or break, and I was like, I'm bored, and I'm not used to not having a job. So, and I was like, not, I wasn't cheating and working on people. I was like, no, because I didn't know if people were sick or whatever. So I just I set
Mhm.
up my empty room in my house as like a filming studio, and I started filming like everything I could film. I was like, I'm gonna film this, I'm gonna film that, and it's cringy.
Wow.
My YouTube videos in the beginning were so like, hi guys, um, I'm Audra, and oh wow.
Oh, deer in the headlights. I love it. That's
Bad.
how everybody starts.
You know what? I leave them on there though because I'm proud of those moments. Those are the growing
Yeah.
pains.
I like that. Yeah. It's always nice to kind of look back and see how far you've come.
And so I was watching a guy during that because I was like, this is so awkward, and he was like training people on media, and he was like, it doesn't matter if you look funny or you stutter or you don't know what you're doing or you don't know what you're saying. Just the important part is that you get the information that you're trying to get out. So
Mhm.
even if it doesn't come out exactly the way you anticipated or it's not real smooth, it doesn't matter as long as you get the information in it. And I was like, okay, I could do that. So that
Yeah.
was my confidence building. That was my paradigm shift in my videos. I was like, okay, I got you. I'll just get it out there, even if it's weird.
I
So I
love
started
it.
doing it. And then
That's what
when
they
Derek,
taught us. Oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was going to say, Derek, he was like, so during the filming, when he was going to film my application video for hand-tied extension, I was like, listen, I don't really care if you get me in the video. I really want you to get my hands and what I'm doing in there. Like, get as close as you can with the camera so people can see because, little tiny beads and you're trying to pull it through. And I was like, it doesn't matter if I'm in the video at all. And so afterward, they were like, your filming was awesome. Who filmed that? I was like, my husband has. I just asked him to make sure to get what's happening in the video. And so he was close with the camera and he nailed it. He did. So I feel like he got more compliments than I did.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always helpful to have somebody else there with you.
So much easier.
The tripods are difficult because you're
Yeah,
having
they
to move
are.
them
You gotta drag it
around
around.
and get the angles, and I
Yeah.
feel like it
My arm
slows
is
you
always in there.
down.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
like, well, my
the
hair
back of the
looks good. Too
arm.
bad you can't see the plants.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was gonna say about the what you were talking about, how the first couple videos are cringe, but you just have to keep going. That's exactly what they taught us at Creator Con. You
Yeah.
know? They're just
Yeah.
like, start now, start today, even if it's gonna suck, like it
Right.
will
Oh,
get
well,
better. Yeah.
when did you start? When did you start educating?
Oh, I
Or
don't
when did
know.
you
I feel
realize you're like,
like,
I'm gonna do this?
yeah, I guess it's funny. I have this like old memory of me like in elementary school, kind of walking home from school and just being like, I'm gonna be a teacher someday. But in the same thought, I was like, but I don't want to teach school. Like, ugh. So who knows? And that, I guess I've always carried that with me throughout like my life. But I guess I started really getting interested in it when I went to, what was it? The Redkin certification program to get
Okay.
like certified as a Redken colorist because I got to talk to all of the different educators. I had to take all these classes
Yeah.
and I just felt like this connection and like you'd see them and you're like, I want to do that, you know? Or
Right.
like the hair shows. I'd be at a hair show and people would be on the stage and like being platform
Yeah.
artists. And I was always like, wow, that's so cool. Like
Yeah.
maybe I could do that, you know? And then when I worked at that salon that I mentioned I was managing and we were like kind of a team, um, that kind of made me feel like the authority role and like teaching just kind of was part of that. So I was like, oh, I want to get into this more. And we taught a workshop that was for clients and it was meant to bring clients in. It was a workshop where we taught them how to do different curls. So like it was like a wine and curl night. They could come,
Okay.
have
Yeah.
wine and appetizers, and we would like
Yeah.
walk them through like this is how you get this curl, this is what you use, and just teaching them. And I was like, that is so freaking fun. And then COVID
Right.
happened. And
Right.
then so I stopped doing anything. And then like a bunch of shit happened in my life that I had to like
Take a
just
step back.
focus on, yeah, the business, and I couldn't really do like the fun teaching.
Yeah.
But
That still happens
now
to me too.
everything's good and I'm settled in my business and my salon. And so now I'm like, okay, I want to
Yeah,
I
you're
want to like
ready.
really try to go for this. So
That's
that's what I'm doing.
I
Yeah.
love that.
And it's
In
been so
26
fun.
in 2016, I went out to Colorado to be an educator for Lonza, and
Yeah.
but the problem was I still couldn't do a lot of education because my kids were still younger, and
Mhm.
I was working in the salon that I was like just putting all my effort in to even get clients. She didn't do any marketing or anything, and so I was like, when I got a private room in that salon, I was like, okay, cool. I put a backdrop and started filming my own stuff and being able to get more into it. But then I was like, it was crazy. But it was like, I was like, this is not really conducive to filming in here. So I was like, you know what? I need a space. Like, I need my own space that's bigger. And I wasn't getting what I needed as a stylist with the connections I was looking for. Like, I love the girls I work with. I still connect with them, but like, they didn't want to go to hair shows. They didn't want to do education classes. And I was like, well, I don't want to keep going to classes by myself, pulling down. Like, everyone's like, where do you work? And I'm like, the only person out of 17 girls there. I'm like, oh, that's awkward. I was like, I need a group of girls that are interested in being part of education, like, taking some, and they don't have to teach it, but they need to at least enjoy learning, you know? So I was
Yeah.
like, I'm going to open my own space. And then that's where I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. But now, then that gave me, I think, a lot more confidence and being like, okay, I'm in charge. So, if you're in charge, then you're the leader. So, I was
Yeah.
like, then I'm going to use my leadership to teach people because that's what I like to do. I've been a teacher of other things in the past, just not hair. So I was like,
Cool.
it's a lot more fun teaching the thing you are more passionate about.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I
Yeah.
know. I'm trying to find my like what it is that I want to teach. And I think I don't know if you can relate, but like I know that I wanted to teach. And so I was like, okay, I need to figure out like what niche or whatever I want to actually teach. So I've gone out and I've tried like teaching different things and like
Yeah.
seeing how it feels. Cause I'm like a big like intuition, like I'm very in tune with my body and my nervous system. And I need to like put myself in the position to know if it works for me or not.
Right.
So, like, I taught that I always thought I was gonna do house calls and like parties and teach clients how to do their hair. So that's why we did that workshop.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't really want to teach clients. So let me pivot. And then I taught a class about price increases and like the financials of running a business. And then that was great, but it was like, I don't know if that really feeds my soul either.
Yeah. Talking
And then
numbers to
like,
people.
yeah, and it's intense. Like it's a super
Yeah.
vulnerable topic. And
Yes, it is.
it made me feel like it just wasn't easy. Like
Yeah.
I could give the information, but it didn't feel like fun in the moment.
Right.
And I was like, I want to have fun with what I'm doing. So going to the schools and like mentoring the kids has been like really energizing. So I was like, okay, I'm on the right track. It feels
Right.
good. Maybe like I do shadow days at the salon too. So I invite students or whoever wants to spend the day with me and shadow. And then that's like an intimate teaching, like a full day of teaching. And that is what has been really lighting me up. But
Okay.
this upcoming workshop that I have, I think is going to be so fun. I'm getting really excited. It's next week, actually. And it focuses on the service element to a hair appointment. So I've always been super I've always tried to give an excellent client experience to my guests. And over the years of just all of the pivoting and the moving salons, relocating the business, and I've really gotten to dial in like my offerings when it comes to giving someone the good service because we all know that you can do great hair, but if you don't have the connection and you don't give
Right.
the client what they're looking for, that relaxation and feeling taken care of, then they're probably not going to come back to you,
No.
right? And so, as independent stylists, we really rely on having that loyal clientele. So
Yeah.
I've had the opportunity throughout the years to really dial that in. And so this workshop is going to be kind of diving into all of those things that build
It's gonna
loyal
be fun
clients.
because
It's
I
going to
think that
be
was a big shift.
fun.
I think that was a big shift in 2020 is people started moving more toward experience than just the service alone.
Yes.
If you
Yeah.
were you could just do okay hair, but if the experience is epic, that's what's gonna keep them.
Yeah, and I think it's because we have so much free education at our fingertips these days with Instagram and YouTube, and people have just been sharing everything, which is wonderful. But I think, yeah, it might be time to get back to the service element, and give
Yeah,
people like, don't forget that we are in the service industry and we can do beautiful artwork and create awesome hair for people, but people are really
yeah,
looking to have the full package. They want to be taken care of. They want to know that they're in trustworthy hands, and it's like a break in their day to get their hair done.
yeah,
It should be a fun experience.
exactly. And where I live at, because people move here so frequently for the military, they always are like they're moving way far from the salon they're used to. Well, probably the person they went to for a gazillion years, and now they gotta go somewhere else and find a new experience and a new hairdresser.
Mm,
And it's a lot. And then here we're really super saturated with the amount of hairdressers compared to the amount of just people. Like we don't have a million people here, but we have a ton of salons and hairdressers. I think there's 600 and over 650 salons and suites in my county alone. And so yeah, our counties are not big. It's not like Orange County, you know what I mean? It's a small
yeah.
county. And so, because we have like I think we have 100 counties or something in our state. It's crazy. They're this big. You're like, oh wow, I'm in another county already. So, uh, it's south. So it's kind of
Yeah.
crazy how, but people come here. But that's one of my AI reviews that I read was one of the things it talks about is our salon and all the everyone always mentions the experience in the reviews, and I'm like, yeah, that is important.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, it
And
totally
we've
is.
got a lot of competition here too. So
Yeah,
it's like
definitely.
you got to pay
And the
attention to
standards are a
what's.
little higher.
Are they? Are
I feel
they?
like it. I mean, I feel like California standards, maybe not
Yeah.
like I'm not talking about like beauty school because they drop the hours, but just people, they if they're gonna give you money, they expect to get what they feel like is the value of their
That's
money,
true. That's
you
true. We have a
know?
reputation for being top
Right,
tier. So,
right,
yeah,
which
as
is
a
good.
stylist, you have to make sure that you
That's a
can live up
standard.
to that. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, that's my thing. I'm like, if this is the standard and I'm comfortable, we need to elevate it. We shouldn't be comfortable in the standard yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
if
I
it
love that
feels
you use that word. I love to use that word elevate.
exactly.
Yeah, that's the perfect word. You
It
gotta
is.
elevate your service, elevate your skills,
Right.
elevate the everything, you know?
Exactly. I mean, and it's worth it. That's what connects people. And just being genuine, be a real
Mhm.
person. I don't like to be customer service too much, as in I don't like fake customer service, you know?
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
genuine connection, you know?
Yeah, and I've definitely done both.
Me
Like,
too.
there's a
You know?
certain point you have to kind of fake it
Oh yeah.
and
You
until it
gotta leave
starts to
yourself at the door.
flow naturally. And I think that for me, that had a lot to do with confidence,
Yeah, it
whether I
does.
felt like confident in my abilities or in my prices and my what I was giving people, you know.
Listen,
So now, yeah, I
if
feel
you're
like
going through
it's
something,
natural.
if you're going through something, you still have to leave that at the door when you come in to service people, you know? If you're
Yeah,
having a hard time or you're going through something in your personal world, when it comes to customer service, they're not here for that. You know, you got to leave that a little
exactly.
bit on the back burner while you're here because your job is to make them feel good. So it's a
Yeah,
demanding job, you know.
it can be
Like,
hard. It can
and
be
I,
really difficult.
and I don't want to hear everybody's stuff next to me all the time. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear. If you're going through something you want to tell me in the back, that's cool, but I don't want to hear about it on the floor. you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. Telling every single client like the same
Right.
story, and you're like, "Ugh,
Like that one meme
stop
or that
it."
one video where the guy's like, "Yeah, here we go again."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
I'm sure I do
know.
it too. I do it. You know what I mean? If it's something exciting,
Well,
because you're gonna,
we're human, right? Like
yeah,
we want to do that's part of connection. But yeah,
exactly.
remembering to be professional, like there's a difference between just being like a genuine human and
Right.
connecting and then also keeping it professional.
Right.
Like you don't have to give all the dirty details,
Thank
but
you.
you
Right.
can still have empathy and relate to your clients. But
Oh
at
yeah.
the end of the day, it's all about them.
That's
It's
it.
not
Yeah,
about
they're paying
us.
you. They're paying you to be serviced. You're not paying them to be serviced. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right.
like
So
they're
we got to
paying you.
listen to their problems and not dump
Exactly.
our stuff onto
Right.
them.
Or trauma or whatever. And
I can dump
I
my
mean,
trauma onto you, Audra.
oh, same girl. Same. Like, like today was a rough day.
It's like no words. I get you.
Right. But I
Yeah.
mean, so I loved going to Creator Con and meeting you. I was in December, I had to let somebody go, and it was like the third person I let go in like a short period because they just weren't a good fit. And I was
Mm.
like, I was telling my mom, I was like, I love the salon. I love what I do, but I'm feeling defeated. I have nobody to connect with. I was like, not on my level. I was like, connect with clients, fine. I connect with, I only
Mhm.
have so much connection with the people I work with because I am the owner. So there's kind of a little bit of a divider there, where I
Right.
still have to be the rule maker and the rule enforcer, which makes it not exactly a connection like I want it to be. It's not, you know what I mean? There's a different kind of line of relationship there. So I was telling my mom I was super bummed. I was like, "Man, I am just so over all of it." And then also at the same time I had the flu. So I was feeling really bad.
Oh.
Just really down. I was in bed just like I felt like
Cherry
terrible.
on
I'm hating my
top.
life right now. And so I was like, really want to go out to this convention. I was like, I saw a convention. It's a social media marketing convention. I was like, I don't know why I think I need to go there, but I think I need to go there. I was like, so she's like, well, come out and go. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to come out and go then. I'm going to go. And I was like, it was kind of like, you're like, oh, great. Cause I got there and I was like, what am I doing here? I don't know anybody here. Like, I'm not shy at all, but I'm like, I don't know any of these people, not a single person here. I was like, what am I
Yeah.
doing here? When am I gonna get out of this? And so I was like, well, at least I got to go to the nice hotel and eat the good food. You know what I mean? In my mind, I was like, let's see. And then I met like a salon from Seattle and they were awesome. I'm like, I love them so much. And then, then I met you and I was like, oh, cool. And I met a few other girls and, I met Kim, the lady with the other podcast and stuff. And
Mhm.
so I was like, okay, I feel connected finally. Like I feel connected with people. I was like, they're all super far away and in different states, but I feel a connection that I didn't feel before. I was like, I love the educator, like I love being around people who are empowered by the same things that I'm empowered by, like the
Yeah.
education and the social media and just the business side of things. And I feel like that group of people, because there was only 160 of us, was so intimate because everybody was kind of on their same, like, soul searching for the industry or whatever. I don't know. It
Right.
was awesome.
Right.
I just was like, man, the connections. And honestly, I can honestly say that change. And I didn't learn a lot because I've taken so many different things that it's kind of it reiterated, like, you have all the tools. You literally have
Mhm.
all the tools. Like, you think you came
Mhm.
here to get more tools, but you don't have more tools. You just need to implement the tools. And I was like, oh, I have all the
Yes.
tools. I just need to implement them more. And so it was like a validation time. It was probably exactly what I needed for this year. This year has been awesome. Just my whole year after that, like meeting you and then having you like right where I am, like pushing
Mhm.
toward these goals and then like very similar scenarios and a similar personality traits. I was like, yes, this is my person. Like, I love being able to like reflect and bounce ideas off of you and talk to you about things that I'm like, I don't have anybody else I can talk to my mom, but she doesn't know the industry. I'm
Yes.
like,
Yeah, I
mom,
know.
he's just like, you sound down, come out here. But I was like,
Yeah.
man, but that it launched. Like, I have to say, I know it's their first convention. I'm definitely gonna try to come next year is because I'm like, that convention seriously, like, well, it ignited something inside of me where I was like, I have the tools. Use the tools, girl.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like it gave us permission, like
Yes,
we already knew what we needed to do, but it was like we just got to hear it from all of the successful creators
own it.
and they were just
Right.
like, go for it, like just fucking go for it. So
Yeah.
for me, I was like so jazzed after. And like,
Oh,
yeah, it
I
was awesome meeting you. I think,
I
well, besides meeting the educators, like, you're the only person that I've kind of like maintained contact with after that.
well, I've
So
maintained contact with you. I mean, I talk to you way more than I talk to anybody else.
yeah, no, but I agree
We
with you.
connected.
Was a great opportunity for us to, because I feel the same way you do. Like I was going and like, I kind of already know like what they're gonna
Right.
say, but I'm open to learning something new. And then just like walking away with this awesome connection with you, and then that spark,
Yes.
like to just dive into it. I did. Like I went home and I just started putting shit out there, like cringy stuff, but
Flying from John Wayne to Seattle, I had the whole seat to myself, and I had notes just written everywhere. I stayed in my headphones, and I wrote I spent the whole 2 hours writing. The flight attendant came over, she's like, "I don't know what you're working on, but it looks like you're working on something intense," and I was like, "Oh, yes, I am." I was like, I started making that communications course. I was like, here we go. I'm going hard at this. I'm going to do it. I mean, I didn't even
yeah.
wait to get home. I was already on the plane. Like, all right, I had papers everywhere. I kept trying to catch my notebook.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's
It was
what we
just,
need to do. You just, that's what we need to do
yes.
because I've been doing the same thing. Like I've been getting on the computer and just getting everything in here onto the page, and
Right.
then kind of
Right.
like working it out from there. And I think that what we're doing is like that's the path to finding our niche.
I think
Like
you're
you have
right.
to kind of like dump it all out and work it, teach a few classes, feel it out, and then like let it evolve. I'm like
Yeah.
such a believer in just letting yourself kind of evolve and follow the journey.
Me too.
So
And
I'm
so,
happy that we're doing this
yeah,
together.
I love it. I love the growth. I love the
Yeah.
grow together. And
Hmm.
so I'm really excited to come out there. So I'm going to be going to the Bassett House in Anaheim, and it is like a pro lab.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's where I'm going when I come out there in the end of August or September, and it's going to be all hands on education. So I'm like, I'm so hyped about it right now. And I
so
wasn't even,
cool.
I told my remember I told you I was like, I'm not going to work for a hair color again. I don't want to do that again. I don't want to educate for a color line. But this is the thing: when I open my salon, I was the first person in my county to commit to using this color because it's not a big popular line. And so I was like, I want to do something innovative. When I open the salon, I don't want to be like anybody else. I just want it to be innovative and feel fresh and advanced, but with a little twist of like, you know, mid-century modern, I don't know, it's just something very classic. And
Mhm.
so, but I was like, I really want to emphasize the innovative because my area is not, it's up and coming, but it's not real advanced. It's not, there's not a lot of IT or anything here. It's not techie or anything. So I was
Mm.
like, I really, because it's mostly military and stuff. So I was like, I really want to be innovative and bring something fresh that other people don't, because people are coming from here from everywhere. And so I was like, I took on this color line. I used it for a few months and I was like, yeah, I'm committed. I am going to be the first person in the county to use this. So then I've been using it for like 3 years. And then last year in June, I reached out to them. It was almost exactly a year. It was weird. In June of last year, I reached out to them and I was like, hey, out of curiosity, how do you become an educator for the line? And so she sent me the information with her phone number and I never followed through with it. I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for that right now. Like I'm still
Mhm.
trying to do this, trying to do that. I was making excuses, to be honest. I felt like I was making excuses. So reason to be too busy. So then I was like, I don't know, in June it just hit me again. I was like, you should revisit that. Like just reach out and just see what they say. And so I revisited it and when I talked to her, she was like, this is really weird. She's like, so right now we have 0 educators in the Carolinas. She's like, we're flying in people from Florida and DC to do the education, which is really not very feasible, but that's who we have that are educators that's the nearest education like from here. And so she was like, had you reached out any later, we wouldn't be able to get you into this year's class in August. She's like, but the timing is impeccable. She's like, we had a girl that was ready to do this and educate for the 2 states. She said, but her mom got sick or something. And she's like, she had to, step back. So
Mm.
then I was like, okay. So I go to the first interview and they're like, well, usually people aren't very, like equipped to do it in the beginning. And I'm like, well, I'm equipped. I know myself. I'm equipped, So I'm
I love it.
like, I'll
Yeah.
stumble through it if I have to, but
You're
I'm
like,
equipped. Trust me. So I was like, yeah, I just talked to her on the phone. So then she's like, I actually, 'cause the first initial person you talk to is like, determines if you go further or not. So, which was different than Lonza. Lonza, you gotta have all this other stuff. And so I was like, okay, it was a lot more casual, but she sends me to the next lady and then I talk to the next lady and then sends me over. She's like, okay, here's the application and I need you to make a video like 2 or 3 minutes talking about your application and I need you to do the application, the video, and your resume. And so remember, I think I told you, remember when I was like, I think I got hacked or something, scammed and it was like 18 and all that stuff. And I was like, I feel like that was a scammer. And
yeah.
so, I stopped communication with them. But during that time, they were asking me for a media kit. And I was like, I don't know what a media kit is. So I was like, faking the funk. So I made a media kit. I was like, okay, cool. I had an AI help me just use my stuff. And so I made this media kit. So when the people from Alter Ego Italy asked me for my resume and the application and a video, I was like, "Oh, I have better than the application. I have a media kit." So I sent them my media
Ah.
kit and the application. But guess what? I forgot to make the video. Like I just was so excited to get this stuff sent over. And by the time I got all the information on the application, I was like, oh, so I just sent it over. And then I didn't hear from him for like 3 weeks. And I was like, it was a Saturday. I was finished early. I was finished and it was like 5:25 p.m. And told my husband, I was about to walk out of the salon and I was like, do you think I should just record the 2-minute video really quick and be like, oops, forgot to attach the video. I don't have to be, And I was like, and my husband was like, well, it probably wouldn't hurt you just to do it. He's like, 2-minute video, just do it really fast. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do it. So I did a recording, deleted it, did one more recording. And then it was 5:35. It was like 10 minutes later. You know what I mean? It was a 2-minute video. So like 10 minutes later, I'm like, all right, I'm ready to attach it. And I go to my email and she emailed me with the next step. like, and so I never even sent the video over. But I was like, oh, okay, there was some synchronicity there for sure. Because I
Yeah.
was like, should I send on a Saturday evening? She messages me. I was like, that's weird because usually, people don't message you on the weekend.
Yeah,
And I was like,
yeah.
whoa, this is meant to be. I'm taking that as my sign. I was shocked. I was like, I'm high on life right now.
Nice. That's
And yeah, so
awesome.
then from there, I met that, and so now I take my first training on August 9th and 10th here. It's online, but guess what? The girl happens to be from San Diego originally, so I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I'm on the right route here. I don't know what it is, but I think it's gonna be epic." So then I found out they just taught at CreatorCon in St. Louis. They were the educators. So
Uh-huh.
I was like, because right now I'm only going to be like, what do they call it? Like a local, what do they call it? I don't know. Anyway, you're regional educator
Regional,
across,
yeah.
yeah, which regional is my, which is just North and South Carolina, which,
Yeah.
I mean, considering I'm gonna be the only educator for North and South Carolina, that's already a big region. And like, I was like, cool, I'm going national. I think I'm gonna just keep pushing through it because I'm like, if they're gonna be doing events at CreatorCon, then there's no reason I shouldn't be hyping it at CreatorCon too, right? Like,
That's
and
so
like,
rad.
they don't know it, but they're my people now. No.
That's so rad. I love that story. That's
Yeah, isn't that
awesome.
crazy? I was like, "Whoa." And so she wasn't wrong though, because that was just a couple like 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago maybe. And so already I went through the new, because they designed like it's called Keep It Glossy. It's basically like shades, but it's their version of
Mm.
the oil-based color. And so I did the training for that and I connected. It's been fun because I've been doing the online training, so I've been able to connect with the educators in the system already and kind of like ask questions and just be like, remind me about why this, and this. And so
Mhm.
I was like, "Yeah, that's so cool." So then the next part so they require you do what age education training a year, like intense education. And so
Mhm.
this year just happens to be, and they were like, you don't have to go this year. But I was like, no, yeah, if I'm gonna do it, I'm 100% committed to whatever I do. So I have to go this year because I need to do this. You know what I mean? I don't want
Yeah,
to wait till next
yeah.
year to go further. And so it just so happened it's gonna be at the Bassett House in Anaheim. So I was like, well, cool. I can go home and stay and not have to get a hotel, stay with my parents and just do it for 2 days, and then here I got my second tax write-off for the year to go home. So I'm like,
That's
"Works for
perfect.
me."
That works out
Yeah,
perfectly.
works out
I
really
love
good. So
it.
I was like, "Here we
Yeah.
go." Yeah, so, but after my education on the 9th and 10th, I'll officially be able to start teaching classes. So,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
so after I do the 9th and 10th of August, I'm gonna be official educator for Ultra Able to start doing it. So I'm like, "Yay!" Yeah,
Yay!
it's gonna
Good
be
for
epic.
you. That's
Yeah, the success
awesome.
is this year.
Yeah.
So, where are you gonna teach your class at? Are you teaching at the school or where are you teaching it?
My salon that I work
At your
in.
salon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, it's the cap is 8 students.
Okay.
So I want it to be super intimate so that we're all like in it together and people can really feel like they can ask questions and get up close.
Yes.
And then the fun part that I'm really looking forward to is the actual hands-on portion, which is going to be like in my mind, we're going to be doing shampoos and scalp massages on each other to kind of like work things
Yeah.
out. And I think the what I've found that has a lot of value in the client experience is the head massage, right? Like that's the
Yes.
part that we're all looking forward to when we get our hair done.
The best
And
part.
the best part, yes. And so I feel like when you're intentional about that, it makes such a big difference.
Yeah.
Whether, the client's gonna like want to come back for more. So, but here's the thing, we don't ever really get a chance to do that to each other as hairstylists. Like I know for me, I'll ask my coworker to do my hair and she's got like 5 minutes and it's like I'm
Right.
either washing myself out or she's giving me this like crazy aggressive quick shampoo and then like that's it. So I
Right.
don't think that we have a lot of opportunities to like take a moment in a safe space that's not with a client and like practice what we're doing, you know,
Right.
like,
Just that part.
yeah. So, like, maybe you learned how to do a shampoo in beauty school, but how long has it been since you actually
Right.
like re-upped your skills there? So we are going to do this on each other and really like have the time to
Aw.
like maybe I should try this move, or maybe I should rub this spot, or like maybe I'll slow it down, or there's so many different things we can do in that moment. And that's like the most sacred moment of the appointment. I feel like we need to be spending a little bit more time checking in and like making sure our skills are up to par. So I am so excited about
Me too.
that
That's gonna be
because who
so
doesn't
fun.
want to just get their scalp massaged,
Right.
So it'll be
So
fun for
many people.
everybody.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
what people go just for a blowout. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're like,
Yeah,
I
and
just want a
that's
hair wash
that's
and blow it out.
actually why I got the idea, is because I love to get my hair done. And
Okay.
like I just told you, I don't always get a good treatment when it's my coworkers.
Right. I mean,
So
yeah.
I have booked appointments at salons, and every now and then I'll book an appointment for a blowout or
I always think about that
color.
conversation we had when you told me that when we were at CreatorCon. You were
Oh
like, "Have you
yeah.
ever had anybody do your hair?" And I'm like, "Not in a long time."
Yeah,
I always
I
think
think
about it
it's
too when I'm
important.
showering, scrubbing my own head. I'm like, "Bridget's right. I should go get somebody to do my hair."
It's so important because it's like we forget what it's like to be the client. And we need to
Right.
be able to put ourselves in the client's shoes to understand what they're experiencing and whether or not we're giving them a good experience.
Right.
So I've done that and booked appointments for myself and been like, okay, like I like what she did there, or like I didn't really like what that, like you take
Right.
the good things and the bad things, and it gives me a chance to reflect about like, okay, well, what am I doing that could be better, or how can I improve myself? We learn from each
Yeah.
other. So yeah, I think
I get that because I'm
this is
chatty.
just giving what.
I think I'm chatty, and so I had to tell myself when I shampoo not to talk. I'm like, "This is
Yeah,
the
that's the
moment
other
where,"
thing.
you know what I mean? Because nobody wants to talk when they're trying to like relax. So I'm
I
like,
know.
try not to talk while you're washing. You know?
Well, you can tell if somebody wants to talk, but I think a lot of
Yeah.
times that's like their time to just
Right.
slow down,
Enjoy
like
it.
don't be in a rush, give them the space that they need,
Yeah.
and because we're really what we're doing besides giving great color and cuts is we're like helping somebody regulate their nervous system.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
so our energy allows them to do that. Like we can facilitate that.
Yeah.
And actually a lot of what I do is based in Reiki practice and energy healing, because
I love
I've had experience doing that. And
right.
so I like to bring my energy into the mix and kind of like
Bring it
use
down a notch.
my, yeah, like they
Yeah.
can feel my energy, I can feel theirs. So if they're like too high, if they're like stressed and like, you can sense it. And so I like
Right.
to be the one who can like you take my energy and like manipulate their energy, bring it down. And that's like the perfect time to do that. Just like
Yeah. At a
calm,
bowl.
slow
Right.
movements and,
And
so
then
I'm going to be
my
teaching all of this during the workshop. I'm really
oh, I
excited.
love that. My beauty
Mhm.
school instructor used to say, "We live in a touch deprived society." So when people are like, "Oh, can we get that moan from the massage and the simple phone?" All that release of pressure because we don't get touched enough. We don't get enough massages. We don't get enough hugs. People don't
Mhm.
touch each other. Even before
Yeah.
2020, people weren't as touchy as they should be. Now they're really not touchy. And I
Yeah.
mean, that touch, that physical touch is super important.
Yeah. Because
Oh,
we
I
might
love
be
it.
the only people that they're experiencing their entire year who's touching them. Like they might not
Right.
have a significant other or, a friend that they can like do that kind of thing with, like holding hands or giving each other shoulder rubs. Like we might be the only people that are actually putting
Yep.
hands on this person. So like really making sure that you're being responsible with that, and
Yeah.
like you're not just
I mean,
wasting
giving
that
extra.
time.
Nope.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what
So
Awesome. So what are
Awesome.
you
So
already
what are you
gonna
already
be
gonna be like?
what's your other
What's your
plan?
other
You're
plan?
gonna
You're
do
gonna
how are you
do?
gonna
How
break
are you
into
gonna
that?
break into that?
Are you gonna
Are you gonna
like
like?
So the plan of the day is so the whole class is going to be centered around different things that create connection points
uh-huh.
to build trust with your clients and then ultimately create a loyal clientele so you can make more money and be busier. And so what those connection points are going to be is during the consultation, which I know you're big on consultation. So that's going to be diving into just different little techniques and communication tricks that you can
I love
use
that.
to create connection with the client in your chair. And we'll go into the shampoo area as well, like that part of the appointment that'll come after.
Uh,
And then after that shampoo demo, we'll go back over and I'm going to have a model. We're going to do a blowout. No color, nothing like
yeah.
crazy technical, but the blowout is also a really important part of creating trust in an appointment. The way that you approach the blowout, like how consistent you are with every appointment. One of the things that I really like to do is I always start my blowout in the front, and that way the client has the opportunity to see it and not have to wait and wait and wait, because they're sitting there and they're excited and they want to see it. And so if you do this part first, they can see it, they can relax because it's beautiful. Or they can use that as an opportunity to tell you like, hey, I don't really like the tone. Can we like go back and do it again? So you don't have to do the entire blowout and then like
Right.
if there's a problem or an issue that needs to be addressed, you can do it in the fastest time
Right.
possible.
Is
Is
everybody gonna
Everybody
get a
gonna get
blowout
a
then
blowout
that
then
day
that day,
or
or?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
well I was wondering
I'm
because I have an
I
idea
have
for
an
you.
idea for you.
yeah.
Amazon
Amazon
has these
has these
heated eye
heated eye
masks
masks,
and all
and
they
all
don't
they
like
don't
they're
like they're
disposable
disposable,
and all you
and all
gotta
you
do
gotta
is
do is
pull they
they
activate when you
activate when
pull
you
the
pull
ear
the ear
handles off
handle
of the
off of the
thing. So it's
thing.
like
So
a
it's like a
rectangle
rectangle,
and then you
and then
pull
you
the
pull
ear
the
part
ear
and that's
part,
what
and that's what
activates it.
activates
And
it,
they last
and
for
they
about
last for
20 or
about
30
20 30
minutes.
minutes.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah. And you
That
could
would
just
be
buy a pack of like 10 of them
perfect.
on
On
Amazon if you're only
Amazon, if
gonna
you're
do
only gonna
8
do 8
people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like,
That's a
they're
good
fun. They're
idea.
fun. I used
fun.
to
I
do
used to
scalp
do scalp
massages
massages
in the salon
in the
and I used
salon,
to
and I
use
used
them
to
for
use
the
them for the
clients because
clients because
I have
I
a
have a
fluorescent light
fluorescent light
above the
above the
station.
station.
And I was like,
And
that's
I was
so
like, that's so
obnoxious. And I was
obnoxious.
like,
And I was like,
heated eye
heated eye
masks. We're
masks.
gonna step
We're
at
gonna
that.
step back.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, that's a good
I'll send you the
idea.
link. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
super cool.
please do. Yeah.
'Cause I
Yeah,
was like,
like
So I was like,
people can use those eye masks. I've seen
right.
those like those crystal masks that people will put
Yes.
over
These are
or
just
like
cool
a
because you can throw
little
them away when they're done. They're disposable. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's probably better. Just throw it away, not have to
Yeah.
clean it.
And you don't have to worry about
about
sanitation or
temptation or
anything.
anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll do the consultation, the shampoo, the blowout, and then we'll finish up with rebooking language and follow-ups, like all the communication that takes place after they leave the salon.
Oh,
That
yeah.
like
That's even too cool.
also
Reach back
instills
out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's so
I've
cool.
always been a big fan of follow-ups.
Me
So,
too.
I'll let them kind of like wear the hair for a week or so, and then I'll touch back in with them
Yeah.
to make sure that everything's good. And again, that gives them the permission
Right.
to speak their mind and say like, "Hey, there is something that I want
Just in
fixed."
case.
Yeah, and I want them to know that they can have those honest conversations with me, you know?
Yes.
Yes.
I always tell
I
my
always
clients
talk
that too. On the way out
to
the
on
door,
the
I'm
way out the
like,
door. I'm like,
listen,
listen,
if there's something you
there's
don't
something you don't
love,
love.
you go home and
You
you
go
style
home
it
and you style
yourself,
it
and it's
yourself,
not
and
the
it's not the
same.
same.
Maybe I
Maybe
moved
I
it
moved it
weird or I
or
parted it off
put
or
it off
something, and it's just
something, and it's
different than
just
it was
different
for you
for you
compared to when you do
compared to
it.
when you do it.
Then just reach
And
out.
just
Like,
like that, like do
do it really
not, do
bother
it really
you.
bother
I'm
you.
happy to
I'm
come back
happy
in
to
and
come
fix
back and
it
fix
or
it
change
or
Yeah.
it or whatever. Because I'll never send you out with bad
I'll never
hair.
send you out
But I mean,
there.
if it's not
But I
exactly
mean,
what you're
if it's
looking for,
not
just reach
exactly what you're
out.
looking for, just reach
Don't
out.
feel like you can't reach
Yeah.
out
You
because,
can't reach out.
I'm not a
Exactly.
science
Yeah,
major or
I feel
whatever,
like it's awkward sometimes for clients
for
to
people.
admit or like say that like, "Hey, I didn't really like what you did," but if
Yeah.
we take responsibility and we lead them to like believing that they can communicate with us, which they can, like, but a lot of people
Right.
don't realize that they can. So we need to do our best to make sure they know that, you know? So
Yes.
everything that I do, I try to make sure that they're comfortable and that we're like connected the
In
whole
sync.
appointment through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, and then clients will stay with you because they trust you and they want to be in your chair. They know you're going to take care of them and
I think
they
that's
don't
where
have to like
people, like new people, like they do the technique they learn, and then maybe it's not like there's something flawed, but they don't have like they don't want to go in and be like, I don't really like this. Let me do something
Mhm.
else or let me change it. So they just be like, okay, you're done, and then they send them out the door, and then it's like, if you just would have taken one more step, you would have kept that
Mhm.
client, you know. But the new
Yeah.
people, they have the, they don't have the communication and they don't have the knowledge yet. But if you can tell them, like, take 5 more minutes,
Yeah.
that's what's gonna keep your client, you know what I mean? Tell your client,
Yeah.
"I think we need to tone this again," or whatever, because a lot of times, I think that is the problem with new people is they're scared to be like, "Oh, we got it this didn't work out exactly like I thought it was going to," you know?
Yeah, that's what it is. I think it's fear. I think it's
I
just
think
they're
so.
scared to admit like, "Ooh, maybe I made a mistake," or,
Right.
and
Instead of
it can be scary. Nobody wants to
it
admit that they made a mistake, but
right, or it's not exactly what they were looking for. I thought something else was gonna happen, but it didn't happen that way,
yeah.
then
But
but I
if
think
you
they
can
just kind
like
of
if you get on that level with the client, it's not only you're making the client trust you, it's now you're trusting the client too. It's like a
right,
symbiotic relationship. So now I can feel confident saying like, "Ooh, I made a mistake on your hair. I'm so sorry." And I don't worry about them going off on me or something because we've
right.
already
Or just not
established
saying anything
this like
rude.
trust. Yeah, so it's really like the trust with the client and the trust with the stylist, like,
Right,
and then it would remove that fear of if anything happens.
right.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen, like I saw at my old salon, the client wasn't happy, and then she probably could have reached out or whatever, I don't know, but she wrote a review, and the stylist knew she didn't do a good job, but she was so defensive and went off on the client, like, texting her, messaging with her, and, like, I was like, "Just tap out. If she don't like it, she don't like it. It don't matter if it is good. If she don't like it, then she don't like it."
Yeah, that's
Sometimes you
tough.
gotta eat humble pie in this job. You just have to be like, "Well,
Yeah.
sorry about that." Even if you thought it was excellent, you know?
Yeah. Well, there's always going to be those clients that
Yeah,
don't feel comfortable, even if you've done all that you can do to try to make
right.
someone feel comfortable reaching out. Like, there's going to be people that just don't, and
But, I
they
mean, if
just
you
go
reach out
somewhere
and handle
else.
it, then they're not gonna go writing you a crazy review, but if they reach out and then you start responding, like,
Mhm.
defensively, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then that
You can't get emotional. Yeah.
nope,
You know why?
just
Because
hair.
other people are reading what you're saying and other
Exactly.
people are dissecting. You know what I do when I'm researching a restaurant or a hotel or whatever it is? Like, I'm reading the responses from the management. And I'm
Right,
putting together in my head the story of what I think happened, and I'm making a judgment based on that. And if the owner or the management has a good response that's not emotional, and that's clear and whatever it might be, they don't have to be super apologetic, but they can be, professional. Then I'm like,
right,
oh, I have more respect for them. And
right.
that bad review is not gonna make me not go, to the
Exactly.
business. So people
Well,
are reading that. So you
yeah,
you
they are.
can't be emotional because then
No,
everyone's gonna
have to be
judge
level-headed.
you.
At the end of the day, it's hair, it's not heart surgery,
Yeah.
I mean, it's important, but I mean, you know what I mean? It's not heart surgery.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be, what I mean? We can go back in and we can handle it professionally, you know what I mean?
totally.
But I feel
That's
like after having let, like, so many people go in a short time that weren't very good fit here, I was like, "I'm gonna go in and read the reviews of the clients for my featured stylist. And so I've been like scoping out the clientele the stylist had for where she's coming from and like seeing what kind of people she had as clients and what kind of stuff they were saying and what kind of people they were. I've been digging deep now. I'll learn my
Oh
lesson on that in a
yeah,
bit.
you're doing your
You know?
research.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
Because
good.
I was like, what are the clients responding to and what kind of clients are they? So I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh yeah,
It's a good
okay.
idea.
Because I mean, I don't
That's a
know.
good one.
The last girl I scoped out her social media, she had so much stuff blocked on there that I couldn't see that
Yeah.
right. It was like very vague what I could see. And so I was like, oh, she doesn't look like she posts much. Oh, she posted plenty.
Oh, she was just hiding it.
And she was
Interesting.
hiding it. And she came in, first impression best before, and she came in dressed to a T. So I didn't know nothing was going to go the way it went. And I was like, all right, living and learning here, sanding some
That
edges.
must be challenging
Yeah,
hiring people. That must be
it is
very
because they're booth
challenging.
runners. So you don't really have that much control over your business. You just have to make sure you're bringing the right people.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, well, as right now, like, if you don't like this is not for you.
Definitely.
But I
Definitely.
mean, not everyone's for everyone. That's what I tell clients. I'm like, not everyone's for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone has someone, but not everyone's for everyone. So, like, I mean, I expect my my Google reviews are 4.9. Like they're good, but I feel like you've got to have that. The reason that it is good is because of the communication. Where I'm like, not everyone's for everyone. I really, I try to accommodate every kind of person. I feel like I have multiple personalities. I'm like, oh, you want me? I just adjust and adapt. You know what I mean? Like we all do it though, as stylists. One person will be like, "Can't stand brown." You're like, "I know brown's not very nice," and the next person's like, "I love brown." You're like, "Me too." Just you're like, yeah, whatever they need. You know what I mean? You're here to meet
Yeah.
needs at the end of the day. So
Right.
as
You
long
gotta
as you're not lying to them or like being super, whatever. But if you have to be relatable, you have to be relatable sometimes.
yeah, that's the right word. Relatable. Yeah.
Relatable. You're just like, yeah,
Mhm.
whatever.
But a lot of what you just said, I feel like comes with experience too.
Yeah, it
Like
does.
we're not born into this like we're not baby hairstylists like who know how to be confident and relatable and connect with
Right.
everybody. Like this is stuff you learn
Yeah.
along the way. So, and we just are
And there's no way
fortunate
to
that
learn
we've
it
been.
aside from going through it. Like, what I mean?
Yeah,
You can teach them
yeah.
stuff, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have to make mistakes to figure it out to get good at all of it,
Totally.
at the service. Because that's what I tell people. I'm like, it's really scary when you're new because you gotta impress your boss. You gotta connect with your new stylist that you never worked with before. Then it's your first job, so you don't have the skills yet either, and you gotta connect with the clients. That's a lot of pressure in the industry to start out, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
So
know?
I like to tell the students that I'm mentoring or the young hairstylists that I'm mentoring, I like to tell them to just pick one thing, focus on getting
That's
really
good.
confident in that, and then move on to the next thing. Don't try to do all of these things all at once because
No.
your brain's gonna explode. So
Now
if
you'll feel like
you
you need to kind of
feel
pack and
like
leave.
yeah, like if you graduate Cosmo school and you feel like you have no idea what you're doing with cutting, then jump into cutting for the first
Yep.
year, like
Right.
learn all that you can about cutting and then like, move on to color or whatever it might be. But like just, yeah, a little at a time, build up that confidence and then be able to take that with you to
Right.
the next thing.
And I learned from my communication scores that fear and excitement are triggered the same part of the brain.
Yeah.
So instead of saying you're afraid of something, like I'm afraid of the unknown, you can say I'm excited about the unknown. And if you can change the way you're looking at things just like that, and it'll ease you up from fear so quick.
I do that. I do
Yeah.
that like actively. Like, yeah, like I'll feel that little like anxious feeling in my stomach or whatever. I'm like, oh God. And then I'm like instantly like, okay, I'm so excited, like this is gonna be fun. And I try to flip it And I do think it helps a lot.
Yeah, it helps because when I was walking in to teach that class at the I taught my own balayage education at the school, and my own placement that I designed, so I was like, "Oh, man, it's different when you're going in cheap to something that you learn, but when you make it up yourself, you're like, 'Oh, man, I hope this goes over good.'" You know?
Oh,
And
yeah. Did you
so
feel like it was more vulnerable for you because it was, like, something you created?
not really, but I think it was because my children like, my daughter was my model and my other daughter was my filmer, and I just went I'm very confident. It's like I just flip a switch when I go into education. I don't know, I become a different person. And I feel like there's like I feed on the anxiety. I like it. I'm like, yeah, I'm out of my comfort zone. I'm only comfortable when I'm not comfortable. It's a really weird way to say it, but like I'm not that great at small talk. I never have been because I'm actually very introverted. But when I go into educating or I'm talking about something I actually know about, I can flip a switch, and all of a sudden, I'm a different person, and I just went straight into it. I started talking. You're like looking around, and you're like, I hope these people are getting something out of this. And so,
That's because you're the expert, and
Mhm.
that's your moment to, like, turn on your expertise, like, it just flows out of you because you know it so well.
yeah, it's awesome. The charisma just starts to form, without being
Yeah.
like, ah, And so the best part of it was all the feedback because I was like, I hope they got something out of it. But before I had ever
Yeah.
left the building, they were catching the students at the door, and she was like, "Even the most pessimistic students we have," she's like, "I went after them first." She's like, "And they said you were amazing." And I was like, "Awesome," because the pessimistic students are gonna be the ones to tell you. Different personality type are
Yeah.
they're gonna be the ones to tell you something negative if they don't like it. So, but
Yeah.
since then, I mean, I've had people reach out or head sheets and all this stuff. So then I haven't talked to you since then. So earlier, last week, or at the end of the week, the job placement department came, and, she was asking me, do I wanna take on new students or whatever or stylists, and I was like, "Well, right now I'm in my own training phase where I'm, about to get into theater, so I can't take on too many endeavors, maybe in the fall, but I would like to start doing something with them." And I told her, um, hopefully we'll be able to take on some shadowing in the fall. But she actually was not here to talk to me about that, which I thought she was gonna try to pressure me. I was like, "Oh god, I hate to say it again, like, directly." And so she didn't. She actually asked me to join the committee. And so twice a year we go with a group of people that are part of the community in the area, that are salons and different people, and we go together. We go through a sheet and answer questions about how the beauty school is training up the people, and do we think there's anything they could use, and do we think that the beauty school is doing a good enough job, and a bunch of questions about how
Yeah.
that we are perceiving the people that are coming out of there. And so they asked myself and my daughter because they had just started the aesthetic program last year, so she'll be the first aesthetics person in the committee. They asked us if we would join and do this thing like twice a year with them to like help improve and just get the area. And I was like, yeah, I'm down to commit to that. That's a small commitment. I could do that right now in my life.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I love
I was
that.
like, look at us. We're part of the committee now.
Well, it just goes to show you that, like, one opportunity can open the door for the next
Right.
and the next and the next. And as long as you just keep that momentum
Right.
going, just start somewhere, you
I
know?
agree. And a lot of it is, I mean, when I took business coaching, like for stylists, it's your perceived value. Like you have to take a step out of yourself and see how are people receiving you. You
Mhm.
might think you're just killing it. And at the end of the day, they're looking at you like, So you
Yeah.
have to like take really figure out what the perceived value is. How are people receiving you? And then if you need to adjust it a little, you can.
Totally. Yeah, I love that.
I have to say that with CreatorCon, all the content because, New Year, that was my New Year's resolution was I was gonna post every day. So I've been posting every single day since the beginning of the year, and that has upped my perceived value by people that I don't realize are watching me. Like, people will be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, your video about this is amazing," and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know you watched it," I was like, "Right
Yeah,
on."
that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
actually
it's so
got a
cool.
client the other day too who said that she found me because of a video I posted. about
Let's see.
balayage, and I was like,
Was it on
oh yeah.
TikTok or Facebook or Instagram?
It was on Instagram, but she said she actually found the video on Google because it came up in the search. Because
Oh, that's
Instagram
cool.
is like a search engine now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
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 I was
yeah.
like, oh my God, it worked. Cool.
I know.
But yeah, like you never know what
Uh-uh.
what is
Do
gonna
you
get the attention.
have you gotten any TikToks, clients off of TikTok or no?
No, because my TikTok is mostly for stylists. I don't have any hair on there.
So
So
I got
yeah, on
one
my Tik.
client
Oh, you did?
from TikTok, just one. But my daughter, I don't know what it is about her, and she posts more than I do on there anyway, but she just had her 11th client from TikTok. And she's only been
Oh,
doing this for like
wow.
less than a year. Yeah, aesthetics.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's great.
So she's
That's
killing it.
great.
I was like, that's really good. TikTok for her. I don't know if it's her age range because she's 25 or what, but I feel like
I heard that TikTok is really good for that.
I
And
guess I guess
even my content on there it's all just hairstylist insight, and like hairstylist to hairstylist kind of talking.
right, right.
But I only have about 30 followers because it's so brand new. But I've
Yeah, I know
already
that's a
got
lot.
more likes and comments on every single video I post. I'm getting so much attention.
I love
Way more
that.
than Instagram. So I'm like, okay,
Really?
there's potential here. Yeah. And people are
Yeah, I
like
love that.
actually, what is it called? They're actually commenting and like interacting with the videos. So that's
Yeah.
pretty exciting.
See, at
Yeah.
first I made my TikTok, I was just gonna use it for Salon, like as like all of the Salon content. But then I ended up just using it for my content. But I read that it doesn't like short videos. Like, it
Mm.
likes, like, longer content. So, that's why, like, every day I post on Instagram, it's under 3 minutes for you can't share a video over 3 minutes on Instagram. So,
Yeah.
all of the content's
Yeah.
around 2.5 minutes, which is my best content on Instagram. Even though they say it should be, like, around 15 seconds, for some reason my content is 2 minutes on TikTok on Instagram goes really far. So
Yeah.
but I don't share the short clips, like, I don't share the 15-second, videos on TikTok that I show on Instagram, so I don't have as much posted on there. It doesn't I don't post as regular, I guess. Not
Yeah.
every video is 2 minutes.
Well, yeah, I don't post as regularly either on TikTok because
I
it's a lot of like talking videos,
Right,
and I don't really film those every day. That's a
right.
lot. So
Right, me either.
Instagram's still my like I'm cracking them out all the time, but
Yes.
TikTok's more of like getting inside my brain.
And
So
people are a little nicer on Instagram. I don't have as many haters on there. I have one
really,
hater on there actually, and you know what she did? She came from TikTok. She wrote a bunch of stuff on TikTok as a hater, and then she jumped over to Instagram and wrote more, and I was like, I blocked her.
oh
I
come
was like, girl,
on,
go get
she
a
must not
job.
have a life. She must really be bored.
But I said, I was like, to be honest, I don't really value your opinion all that much.
Yeah, I like it. I've gotten a couple people who I guess were haters. And I kind of like it. I get excited. I'm like, oh, my first hater. Yay!
When I really felt happy was when my entourage started piping in. I didn't have to say anything. Like they're like, "It is too balayage. This is traditional balayage. I don't know what you're talking about." And they go all mad and they get all crazy, and I just like heart it and keep it moving.
Yeah, let him do it for you. I love that.
And I was like,
That's
well, I'm
awesome.
like, you better be careful what you say. These are actually my clients. These aren't models. You know,
Oh
like
yeah,
don't be
yeah,
offending my
yeah.
clients, or
Gotta
I'm
be
gonna get offensive.
careful. Yeah. I
Yeah.
just try to answer the comments like with education or just be like, oh, like I didn't know, like kind of naive or whatever. I don't know. Like
I'll
I
be
don't
like,
want
I do
to
it all the time.
I don't want to be combative because
No,
like
I'm
I
not combative
said,
at
people
all.
are reading that. It's just
I'm
like
not
the
gonna go combative
reviews.
on the
Like
internet. All I do is tell
yeah.
them this. I say, I'm so sorry you didn't like the video, but thank you so much for interacting with it because it pushes the algorithm out for people who actually appreciate it and like it. So you're very helpful. Thank you so much. And then they don't say another word.
Yeah. That's what it is. That's why it's like
That's been my ultimate like
yeah. I
So,
love it.
whatever,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, it's for people who need it. It's not for you, it's for people who need it, you know?
Exactly. It's not for them.
No, it's for whoever wants it and needs education, because from the one thing I can't say is I've had more interactions with people who needed help from TikTok. They'll be like, "Can you call me?" Like, literally call me on my phone and talk to me through this or whatever, and I've done it 4 or 5 times now. I only had, like, maybe 1 from Instagram, but I've done it about 4 or 5 times from TikTok now. So
Oh
those people really are the ones
wow.
who are like, "Can you actually reach out to me so we can actually like, verbally discuss this?" And I'm like, "Sure." You know, I've walked people through their next day clients, like, I'm like, "This is so cool." That's when I feel like the real boost, where I'm like, "I actually got to help them. They took the value in it, and they actually are gonna apply it to the
Yeah.
client." And I'll be like, and then I had 2 people use my placement and then send me the picture of their client after they used my placement. And I'm
Ah,
like, "You're doing it." You know what I mean? That's
love
where I
it.
think I get the most hype. I don't really care if they like the video. I just want the algorithm to push it out so that people could use it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How many people are watching
Maybe
it
that
and not
could
enough people are
be
gonna.
maybe that could be an offering in the future that you like
Right.
have for people. Like a,
Love that.
another form of like income for you. You could like
Yeah.
have students
Yeah, I
like
don't
get
know
on
what it would
calls with people. That would be
right.
awesome.
'Cause I feel like I don't necessarily enjoy teaching the school students as much as I enjoy teaching people who already kind of, like, have the concept down,
Yeah.
because it is advanced education. You know,
Because
the
they
techniques are
understand what
advanced.
you're saying. Yeah.
That's why
Mhm.
when I made the application method for the beauty school, I made it really easy because at my beauty school, and probably yours too, I feel like around here, when they come out, they're doing like the tiniest highlights and it takes them a really long time. And then I'm like, people are like, it's taking too long. And so when I went in there, my goal was to teach them a quick application.
Mhm.
And remember, I only
Yeah.
had so much time anyway. So I was like, well, perfect time to like create something that can flow really fast and come out really epic, you know?
Right. Yeah. People love
So
that.
yeah, and that's what they told me they liked. They were like, I was like, is this helpful? Are you guys gonna be able to execute this faster now? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, cool. That's what I've noticed that there is the problem when they come out into the community to do hair. So I was like, well, let me see if I can help with that since I only have a little bit of time anyway, you know?
Yeah, I love that. That's
Yeah,
great.
it's yeah, and, some of the girls won't ever do hair, and some of them will, but you can tell which ones are hungry when they're there. Those are the ones that are coming up so close, and I was
Yeah.
friends with every person who had a question. I actually made them come up to the front and, like, get really close to me and hands-on, and so they could actually, like, see what I was doing, and I could discuss with them and kinda help them a little bit if they had questions about the application, you know? That way they weren't just sitting afar, but I don't know. I'm amazed by the technology now because they had like an iPad that they set up and it was on the screen. You could see everything I was doing and like it was advanced. Yeah, I was like, man, I wish
That's
I
so
had that in my beauty
cool.
school. You know, because all the time my biggest thing is, can you see okay? You know,
Right, right.
you're sitting like
Yeah.
this and we're face to face, you know. And so I loved it. They kept coming and moving the thing around so that they could see everything really good. I was like, this is epic technology.
Yeah. That's why I like those small intimate group classes too, because it's like every single person gets a good view and everybody
Yeah.
can ask a question and there's get value out of it. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I I feel like everywhere that has a class should use that technology
Yeah.
when they are filming. Like I need to figure out what that is so I can set up a projector and have it all set up when we do it. That way,
Mhm.
because I already had like probably like in 2016 when I was really starting to create classes. I had figured out like a horseshoe shape and a whole way I could set up so everybody could see everything all the time. And I was like, this is so smart. No one ever does that. I don't know why. I was like, "Here's some chairs, you know."
Well, when you figure it out, we'll talk about that on the next
Yeah.
episode.
Oh, yeah,
Fill
for
me
sure. I'll
in.
send you, I'll tell you all the info. Like, we should get this technology and do it.
Yeah, girl. Well, should we
Yeah.
wrap it up? It's
I
been
think
like
so.
a good amount of time for this one.
Yeah.
Oh, we got
Because
into so
we
much
recorded an hour and a
stuff.
half. So yeah. I feel like
Yeah.
we put out a lot of information. It's going to be super helpful.
Yeah. No, it was really fun. I'm glad we
I can't
did
wait to
this.
touch base and hear about your class after it's done.
I know. I'm so excited.
I wish I
I'm
could
gonna
go.
try
I
to
wish I was gonna be there soon
record
enough to go.
and stuff. My phone is telling me that it's gonna die.
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess I'll
I'll
just
send you
share
this.
where people can find me on
Yes.
Instagram and TikTok. I am Bridget Hair Design. And
Yes.
Instagram's like my client/stylist mentor page, and TikTok is just for the stylists. So go find me on there if you're interested in learning more about me.
Follow me, Audra Paints Hair.
Yeah.
Instagram, TikTok. I feel like Facebook is Audra Critique Brown, but that's a little mod podge of all my life.
Yeah.
Because
I love
my
it.
hair page got hacked, so now I had to revert back to the regular page. So I'm just like, whatever, you get it
It's a little
all.
bit of everything. Yeah. I
Yeah.
love it.
If you really want to know me more, you go on Facebook because that has a little more of my everything, not just hair,
Yeah.
So
I follow you on all of them.
I know I follow you too. I love it. I love it.
All right,
So
girl.
okay, well, I'm gonna hit end here. Just stay on for a minute till I tell you it's over,
Okay,
and then
sounds
we will
good.
be done. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Maybe. Hello. Are we done? I don't know. My stopping. Oh, there we go. I was like, I forget this. This one isn't touchscreen.